I'm Tony or Tony Kensby. Truing a wheel is not a difficult task. It requires a lot of patience. One can either use a truing stand if one has one, or use the brake pads in a similar manner. In part one, we'll show you some of the basics involved. Bicycle spoke wrenches come in a variety of sizes marked by the gauge of the corresponding spoke that it fits on. They come in a variety of sizes, usually color-coded. Most common is the 14 and 15 gauge, maybe on your multi-tool. And you can also get one that will fit multiple size gauges and multiple spoke nipples. Test your gauge out, whether it be on the multi-tool or separate, that it fits snugly and is not too loose that it'll strip the spoke nipple, because not all those that are marked 14 or 15 gauge will fit a 14 or 15 gauge spoke nipple. So test it out. As one looks at the wheel, you'll notice that some spokes go to the left hand side of the hub and some spokes go to the right. Tightening a spoke that goes to the left or loosening a spoke that goes to the right will pull the rim over towards the left. Doing the opposite, that is, if we need to pull the rim over to the right, we can tighten a spoke that goes to the right or loosen a spoke that goes off to the left, and that will pull the rim off to the right. Using the correct gauge spoke wrench, to tighten, we turn the nipple with the spoke wrench counterclockwise. Should we need to loosen a spoke, we turn it clockwise. The idea in using a spoke wrench, and if we're using a truing stand, or in the case we have the wheel on the bicycle and are using the brake pads to true the wheel, we find a point where the rim hits either the caliper or the brake pad and adjust the spokes accordingly. That is, if it's hitting on the left-hand caliper, we need to loosen the spoke that where it's hitting to the spoke that goes off to the left. By loosening, we'll tend to move the rim to the right, and the adjacent spokes will tighten just a tad. Again, to move the rim to the right. If we find it is hitting either the caliper or if we're using the brake pads on the right hand side, we're going to need to loosen that particular spoke nipple, and we loosen it. That goes to the right. We loosen it by turning it clockwise, and the two adjacent spokes that go off to the left turn just a tad counterclockwise, and that'll help move the rim off to the left side. If you don't own a truing stand, it is possible to true the wheel on the bike itself by opening the brake lever, seeing where the rim hits, adjusting the spokes, slowly closing the lever, seeing again where it hits, until we can get to a point where it can completely close the lever. The idea is to get the rim within about 5 millimeters of each caliper or each brake pad when the brake lever is completely closed. Then we can say if this wheel has been trued.